Get those hands up and pray my arm.
Let's take a look around. So I'm in Tempe right now, within a rock's throw of my home. Where I'm doing my work right now is in Phoenix, which is about hour an hour train ride from here. So I take the train in every day, except Wednesday and Sunday, of course. I only put in 2 or 3 hours, but for for today, for example, the high temperature day was 104. 104. So you don't want to overdo it, but it was a very, very remarkable day. Uh, and when I use that word, I haven't had that many remarkable days, but today was exceptional because it was so emotional. Today was extremely emotional. I mean, as soon as I went to the abortion clinic, I walked up to the abortion clinic, everything just started happening at once. I didn't even have time to set anything down. I still had my cup in my hand from the Taco Bell, and these people started pulling in the abortion clinic, and this one couple, the man was in his car and the woman was in her truck, but they seemed not to know where they were going or what they were doing, and I could tell that, and so it gave me an opportunity to talk to them, which for me, that's the first time I've been able to go into any lengthy discussion with them on something of the nature of the seriousness of what's happening. So I first talked to the guy, and he really didn't try to argue or refute anything, but he wanted to end the conversation, so he said something to that effect. But then I went to the lady, to the woman that was going to have the abortion. They said they were just there for a consultation, but later I found out that Fridays are a killing day. So today was a killing day. Now she may have been there for a consultation, but at any rate, the first thing I asked her, she still had her window up, but I asked her, I said, "Do you need money?" Because a lot of this stuff, not all of it, but a lot of it revolves around, oh, there's no way. There's no way I can afford to support another human being, so I'm going to kill it. And so the first thing that came to my mind is, do you need money? And it wasn't just a empty or idle offer, because Apologia Church, the people I'm working with, have lots of money. And they have a big track record of supporting women that decide to keep their kids. And not only that, they will pay all the bills, and then if the mother still doesn't want the child, she can keep the child if she wants to. If she still doesn't want to keep the child, Apologia Church has tons of volunteers, couples that will adopt, couples that have been trying to have children, but for whatever reason they can't have children. They want kids. And so I'm telling this lady that. I'm saying, ma'am, I understand you may not feel that you can afford it. We can remove that problem. You may not feel like you want it. We can remove that problem in the sense that we have lots of couples that will take that kid. And I could tell she was so unlike her husband. Her husband just was up to no good, in my opinion. But that lady, I could tell just by the expression on her face, the look in her eyes, that it's not something that she was all that excited about. It seemed like unlike the dad. But at any rate, I was just so psyched up that I said, the last thing I said to her, he goes, look, if you go in there and if this is only a consultation, when you come back out, I said, all they're going to do is lie to you. All they're going to do is lie to you because all they want is your money. And I have told so many people that this clinic, this abortion clinic, is like a fast food restaurant. Something I know a lot about. And people come there and these people don't care about them. They want to kill the kid, take the money, and get rid of them. They don't care about the emotional damage that's being done. They don't care about any long-term effects. They sure don't care about the human life that's in the mother, et cetera, et cetera. So at any rate, very excited. The mom and the husband or the boyfriend eventually end up going, they don't go inside. They end up going behind this building, and then our guy from Apologia walks back there and talks to him briefly, and then they disappear. So I was very glad, very thankful that at least on that day, maybe, God willing, that she had a second thought. And this was such a wonderful thing because it was the first time I'd ever really engaged with a person and talked to them at length, and they left and they didn't go in there. So that was good. And then, the Lord was just, the way he was working today is the way he's been kind of working over the last few days, and everything's been very, very heavy, emotional, people treating other people like animals. For example, right after that lady left, now I'm back in the alley, back behind this place where you're not supposed to be. And I'm surprised I haven't been arrested because I've done it a couple times. But at any rate, from that vantage point, I can see the women and the boyfriends coming out of the door, coming out of the abortion clinic right after they've had the abortion. So they get the ladies in there and they pump so much anesthesia in them that after they kill the baby, the woman comes out, she's completely delirious. She can't walk. And the one I saw, and this is all back to back to back to back, the one I saw coming out, the boyfriend or whoever it was trying to hold her up, and he finally got her in the car, and she was crying, and the whole thing just was really, really ugly. And but that had a huge impact on me, because you can imagine how this person felt. She had just taken a life, and now she had people around her before they even went in there begging her not to do what she was going to do. And anyway, I just thought, man, this is such a ugly, ugly business. But I'm going to go to part 2 now, because this is going to take longer than 10 minutes. So anyway, I'm going to go to another part.